Hi Leo, this is your May 2019 reading. Leo, we have an exciting month ahead of ourselves. Whenever the season of Taurus is going to be there, we are going to get a few surprises that month, and that is what is happening right now. We have a few surprises coming in our house of career this month, a few exciting events which are happening in our house of career. There are shifts and changes that are happening which will support us, which will take us to the next level, which will help us give the freedom, the excitement, the moving away from stagnancy that we've been looking for. There is an exciting new moon that is happening on 4th of May 2019 that is initiating a new phase in your career. This is the first time we'll be seeing the physical manifestation of Uranus in your house of career for the first time in our lifetime. We'll see the first initial fruits of our work, first initial physical steps, concrete steps, long-term steps in the direction of freedom, in the direction of innovation, in the direction of fulfillment in the way you want. This is a very, very important step being taken. This is a final breakthrough and the first breakthrough that you're seeing right now. There is a phase which has been happening for the last couple of months, which is Saturn and South Node and Pluto coming in close proximity together in your house of work environment. The work environment and the relationship with your co-workers might have felt a little bit on the harsher side for the last couple of months. Now at the start of the month, we're getting a little bit of detachment from that situation as Saturn and Pluto both go retrograde and Saturn is meeting South Node at the start of the month. We are getting a detachment from that issue. It's like even rising above the situation a little bit and looking at it objectively so we can create fresh sort of boundaries for us at work as well as in our health areas to take care of ourselves better. So at the start of the month, you'll feel this energy very strong. You'll almost feel like floating out of your body and feeling physically out of it and seeing the situation in a little bit of detached way. So we can take certain steps which are in the right direction for us. We create the boundaries that are healthy for us and we initiate a new project, we initiate a new career, we initiate a new formal announcement on the new moon that is happening on 4th of May, and the information on that will come as the month progresses because the information is coming after the physical reality. Right now, Sun is moving ahead of Mercury and Venus, which means that actions are happening before the full information on them is coming. Our heart and mind are catching up with the changes. The changes are happening a little bit at a faster speed than previously possible, but God knows you've been waiting for these changes, and I think you would like them because they're happening in the direction of excitement, of change, of moving away from stagnancy. So around 8th of May, when Mercury is meeting Uranus, you'll get some amount of information in that direction, some amount of clarification in that direction. And this clarity improves as the month goes by. On 11th of May, we have Sun meeting Saturn, and then on 13th of May, we have Sun meeting Pluto. So the conviction in this new start, the fact that we are moving away from a previous situation will become stronger as the month progresses. The information on that, the formal communication on that will come, in my view, around 16th to 18th of May when Mercury, the planet of communication, will meet Saturn and Pluto in this area. So we're looking to move away from a stagnant situation and things will take on a speed of their own. This is the month when your critical axis is activated. The new moon is happening in your career house and the full moon is happening in your home and family house. So the whole axis, the critical axis of home and family and work are getting activated, which will prompt changes in both areas of your life, your home and family as well as your career. We're looking to initiate a new chapter in your career and close an old chapter of security, close an old chapter. Something that has outrun its purpose is being closed now, and we are moving away to a more exciting phase, Leos. And this is something that, in my view, you have been waiting for. What I would like you to be careful about is we will be judged on how we act when things start moving in our direction. Our desired action will require a little bit of compromise, especially around 5th of May when Mars and Jupiter are meeting together. This could be the way we act with our friends, with our business network. How do we interact with them as we grow in our career, as we go to this new phase in our life? So our desired action will require a little bit of compromise, a little bit of adjustment to get used to this new authority, this new position, this new contract, this new title you might be receiving. And that is what we need to be careful about, and we will move in that direction. From a global events perspective, we will continue to see the events that I spoke about in the last month's video as well. We are still having the big reveal and the surprises coming out in the open, and we'll continue to see that. So 5th to 8th of May, when the Uranus and Mercury conjunction is very, very strong, we could see certain news, certain imbalances in the society being exposed in the open. And the positioning here is Ketu is asking us to rise above the noise, rise above the gossip, rise above the differences that we are seeing between the countries, between the religion, between the differences of the people, and rise above that as a society and evolve. And this new moon of 4th of May is about the whole society evolving to a more long-term and stable tomorrow, and that is what we are working towards. So let's dig into the details. I'm very, very excited about the month ahead. The critical dates here specifically for you are coming after 8th of May. 8th to 11th of May is a grand fire trine in your sign. I do believe that, especially if you're born around 13th to 14th of August, there is a major transformation that is coming your way. The August, in fact, the whole of Leo degrees is activated in one way or the other. The new moon that is happening at 14 degree. Uranus is activating 4 degree. The end of the month closure is happening at 27 degree. So the entire spectrum of Leo is getting activated right now in one way or the other. Let's dig into the details and see at what degree and what date born Leos would be impacted. This video is specifically made for rising sign of Leo, but because when the critical axis is activated, the video becomes very, very relevant for Leo's sun as well. So if you have your sun in Leo or moon in Leo as well, I will urge you to watch this video apart from Leo rising. So let's dig into the details now. Getting into the details of things, let's first talk about the elephant in the room, which is the Saturn and the South Node conjunction, which is happening at the start of the month. And this is going to be something which will stay with us for the next 5 months. It's a long-term transit which is getting triggered off as Saturn is going retrograde on 29th of April. So from now all the way till September 2019, we'll see Saturn in close proximity with South Node or Ketu. This is us releasing certain old restriction, certain old way of being. This is very, very structural and rule run in nature. So there is an old rule, an old regulation, an old boundary, an old way of doing things on a day-to-day basis that is getting evolved as the month goes by. And why we are doing that is to create healthy boundaries that serve our health better, that serves our career better. This is the last stage of personal development that we are engaged in before we start moving on to the social houses. This is like us working on our health and our career and creating personal foundations that are very, very strong in nature. Our work environment, the people who work for us, with us, around us, and our work environment, what are the rules and the boundaries we need to create to make this better for us? So the work work environment is not oppressive, or it is not bogging our creativity and happiness down. We are creating the right kind of boundaries, physically, emotionally, mentally, that will help you on a day-to-day basis. It will serve you in the long run. This is the last time in next 30 years that we are being given that opportunity. So these are long-running rules and regulations of functioning on a day-to-day basis that you are creating mentally and physically. Where did we say yes when we should have said no to a responsibility which is not truly ours, but we are still doing it because we think we need to? And we think that nobody else will be able to do it to the level we need to. We have to release this need to do things because we think that others will not be able to do it to the quality. I'm sorry, I'm saying this, Leo, but this is one of the things, and we all have our shortcomings, and this is one of the good shortcomings to have. But trying to do things, everything yourself, because you think that others cannot do them as well as you, is a thing that needs to be released. And you need to create healthier rules and boundaries here, so your daily work routine is more efficient and it empowers you, it serves your health well, and it serves your creativity well. And this is a cadent house. This is something that we are here to learn. This is something where we have to adjust a little bit, where things will only get better as we work on them right now. So this is your co-worker relationship. This is the impact of work environment on your health. This is the daily health routine. The success of the next 14 years depend on the adjustments that you're making here in the health area. What dissonance exists between our outer life, which is disrupting our inner life? Where the health issues coming from? There is something in your work environment, something which is not fulfilling you. And I'm sorry, I'm repeating this now. I know I spoke about it in the last month video. You can look at the timestamp and skip over to the new moon of 4th if you like. But I think I need to say this again because it's a critical part of your progress. It is a critical part of your success going forward. This is a health transit, a major health transit. Having Saturn in your house of health and work routine is where our body needs boundaries. Our body needs attention of your mind, where any thought pattern which is negative in nature, you will see it impacting your body physically. We are getting rid of an overload, the overload of work, the overload of emotional energy that is causing you to not stay as healthy as you would like to. How to make a daily routine work for you, being more efficient there. Evaluate who or what in your work environment makes you sick. You have to evaluate that. Is it because you aren't putting effective boundaries with your co-workers? Is it because their rule of engagement with the people working for you, with you, around you are not clearly created? Saturn creates the pain to an extent so we can fix it. What's happening on 30th of April is that we have Saturn meeting Ketu. Ketu creates a detachment. It creates a detachment. You almost feel that you can see this thing as a third party. And you look at it and you see, why is this not functioning to the level I would want to? Because Jupiter will come to your house of work in December 2019. So the work responsibility as well as the benefits that come from it, the kind of projects that you are involved in, what you deliver at work, all of that is going to grow in size and effectiveness. But before we get there, we have to create effective boundaries of functioning that serves your health work. Increase in workload without taking care of your health will not serve you well. So Cosmos will not give you more than you can handle right now. So they're asking you to create effective rules to be able to handle more right now. How much of emotional baggage from work are we carrying back home, which is affecting our health to some extent? Are we creating healthy boundaries between when we leave the office and we are leaving that baggage in the office? South Node creates a detachment from that baggage and we can hold it lightly. We can hold it lightly. We can hold the office politics lightly. We can even laugh at what's happening in the surrounding, which is not helping us. We can look at it in a more objective way. It's a gift that we have been given. It's like a pause button which has been pressed right now on the pressure of Saturn for us to see this thing objectively in the month of May. And the first half of May gives us a great opportunity to look at it objectively and release it. And as you release the old pattern, you will see as the months go by, you will be infusing every part of your life with this positive energy that is coming and that is getting released. Like your sense of adventure will see a boost right at the start of May itself when you detach from this situation, when you create this healthy boundaries, when you decide that all work and no play is not making me happy and you detach from it. You will see that positivity of this both in your body and individual parts of your life. So at the start of the month, so this was Saturn and South Node, and I have spoken about it in the last as well. This is a karmic debt which is getting paid off. Saturn and South Node last came together 12 years back, but they've never come together in our lifetime in your house of work and health. That has just never happened before. But if you like to look at certain learnings from our own life, you can look at September 2013. September 2013 is when this Lord of Karma met with had a date with the destiny in a positive fashion. Some belief was given to us. There was a test of faith in which we got a guidance from the cosmos. So you can look back at September 2013. Did you receive any divine guidance? And I'm sorry to put it in that way, but there is no other way to say this, because Saturn is a lord of karma and South Node and North Node are a date with destiny. So there is a destiny event that might have happened in September 2013 which gave you a guidance on how you can handle the situation more effectively. For me personally, for example, I gave birth to my child. That gave me the gift of knowledge that there are higher powers that exist for me, and I can do the things if I have belief in higher powers instead of just believing in myself. And I'm using those lessons right now to help me. So looking back at if there was a divine guidance you received in September 2013 which can help you right now, which will help you get to the next level. And this is an essential thing to be created. As I said, you will grow here. You will get more abundance here. You will get more responsibility here. You'll get more projects. You'll get more co-workers, more people who work for you. And as you grow in responsibilities, do you have the effective boundaries to handle this as you progress forward? From a world event perspective, this is a sort of a reversal of 1973. 1973 is when Watergate scandal came out. Nixon resigned in 1974. Nixon was indicted for impeachment. And we'll see, but now it's happening in opposite signs. So things will be reacted to in a different way. People will react to the same events in different way. We had abortion was legalized in 1973. We're seeing the calls and responses of people to do the reverse of that right now. US troops pulled out of of Asia at the time. We are seeing US supply troops to Asia now. So things will move in different direction from 1973 from a world's event perspective. But from our personal life perspective, we have to release the control. There's certain responsibilities that need to be released and new boundaries be created for your health to be taken care of. So that is Saturn and South Node. Let's move to the rest of the month now. Now this Saturn South Node aspect will continue till September, but you'll see a turning point in July. In July, you'll see the positivity of the changes you're making right now. You'll see that in July eclipses, which will happen involving Saturn and South Node. So 9th of July will be a sort of a result time, like a turn of the events will be seen at the time. So this was the Saturn and the South Node conjunction, and this conjunction, as I said, will get infused into every part of our life. So at the start of the month, you'll see this transit getting infused into your sense of adventure. You want to travel, you want to do something more adventurous, you want to expand your mind, you want to learn, you want to feel the freedom positively. This is like a fire energy in your heart and in your mind that you're feeling, where you're wanting to set free. But the daily routines, all your work environment is not letting you do that. And you face this blockage of Saturn, of certain restriction, certain rules, certain negativity in the work environment that is not letting you have the kind of faith you want, have the kind of positivity you want, have your sense of adventure back. And you decide to speak up. You decide to say your piece. You decide to be upfront about it. And I think in the first 3 or 4 days of the month, you will speak up. You will find yourself in a situation where there cannot be an out without you talking about it. And you'll find that in the first 4 days of the month itself. But the thing is that we are being asked to find a middle path here. You will find you are a problem solver. You will find a solution. You will find a solution and you will act on it. This is about you wanting to move to a more adventurous part of your life. It could be that you want to do a transaction with people who are different from you. You want to deal with people who are different from you. You want to expand your mind by maybe moving to another country, or you want to work in a different country, or you want to interact with people who are of foreign ideology, of different ideology. You want to travel to faraway lands. You are looking to expand your mindset, your knowledge, your skill set, but something in the current day-to-day mundane responsibility, in your work responsibility, that is holding you back from you being able to do that. A rule, a responsibility, a contract, a previous engagement stops you. And it sort of gives you the hint about how to make this work for you. Because one by one, you're untying the knot. You're freeing your body, your mind to be able to take this leap of faith. And in the first 4 days of the month, you untie one knot. You find a middle path here and you move forward with it. But it comes with conversation. You will be actively talking about it. And there will be ideas. This is a beautiful aspect for you, especially if you have planets between 19 to 23 degree of Leo. So if you are a Leo sun born between 11th to 15th of August, you are being given the blessing of Jupiter, the higher knowledge to resolve this issue. This could be you wanting to publish something, you wanting to take a trip, you wanting to take an education, you want to expand your mind and you act on it. This is a very, very extroverted energy. This is a cardinal T square. So you are open about it. You're ready to talk about it. You feel detached from the issue to be able to handle it. And that leads us to the energy of 5th of May 2019, where Mars and Jupiter are meeting each other. That's a breakthrough energy. It's a breakthrough energy in your vision, in your ability to deliver more than you have ever before. It amps up your energy. This is a very, very lucky aspect that is exact on 5th of May, but you'll start feeling it from 3rd of May itself. You'll start feeling the power. You'll start feeling the positivity. Especially if you have planets between 19 to 23 degree of Leo, or if you're born between 11th to 15th of August. There might be a conflict which might come with it, and you'll have to find a middle path. We are being given a great opportunity to break to the other side, to have a more expansive, exciting opportunity, which will be full of more abundance, more money, more status, more social presence, more influence. But how we act when we are getting things our way, when you feel you know what needs to be done, exactly how it needs to be done, but the execution is met with ego struggle and with forceful controlling behaviors from the other end, how do we reach a middle ground? Being less compulsive, having this detachment that Ketu is gifting you, not forcing the situation. You have it. This is your strength. You are a problem solver. You've got it. Our desire action, the way we act, the way we self-express ourselves will require a little bit of shift, a little bit of compromise here. I am a fire sign myself. We go for it. But here, our desire action is requiring a little bit of adjustment here. But we will go deeper, we will see clearer, we will work harder, we will deliver more than we have ever had. And that brings me to the beautiful new moon, which is happening on 4th of May. And it will have an influence on you at the very least for the next 2 weeks. And that infuses fresh energy in your status, in your responsibility, in your career, in your work, in your public image, in your handling of authority figures. This is a very, very abundant new moon. This is a new moon which is happening at 14 degree of Taurus, which in Sambian astrology, it is represented as a crayfish which are groping towards the land, while high above the shore, a modern city rises upon the ruins of an ancient civilization. This is rising above the old stagnant situation. We are going in with tenacity, we are going in with determination, we are going in with the persistency we have not felt before to demand something that is better for us. We are respecting our right to own something here. And for you, that is your recognition, that is your status, that is your leadership position, that is a formal communication of your position, of what you're supposed to do, and a next step in that. We are moving from the fire energy to the earth, the abundance, the grounding, setting things in stone. You have started the fire last month. Now we are putting that in a format, in a formal position. The beauty comes, the tastefulness comes, the format comes, the abundance comes, the money, the asset, the promotion comes. We initiate things that are substantial, that are material, that are solid, that are long-term, which have a substantial outcome in our career. This is a very, very serene and peaceful and secure position. There are no direct aspect to this new start. It's an unchallenged new start. A new rule book is being written. This is a test drive of your freedom. So Uranus in your house of career is bound to give you more excitement, more changes, more freedom in your career. And this is like the test drive of that. This is the first meeting in a material format. First formal communication, first formal format of the excitement that you were looking for. It's a natural evolution of ourselves. We have taken some small, many steps and been patient with it. And now we are seeing a tidal shift. We are crawling out of the muck, out of the stagnancy, out of the prejudice. We are rising above the oppressive situation. Now we are not getting stuck anymore. This is 1 degree in a fixed sign of Taurus, which is not fixed. This has a quality of Venus, so there is recognition attached to it, there is artistic fame to it, there's popularity attached to it. This is the degree of prominence of Karl Marx, of Audrey Hepburn, of Adele, of George Clooney, of Bob Seger, of Ronald Reagan. These are successful people who have been here. This has the stamp of success. From Leos, 14 degree Leos, Barack Obama, Whitney Houston, Charlize Theron, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. These are the people who might see something new start. The moon of the new president of Ukraine, who's a comedian who was impersonating as the president and now is the president of Ukraine, is this. The sudden shifts, sudden changes in the roles. This is not something that you might have done before. This could be new, this could be innovative, this could be exciting. There's a change in title, and it could happen in your personal life as well. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, is becoming a mother, a different kind of change in title. The Roger Federer is 15 degree Leo, playing on a clay after ages. He's playing on the clay after ages when the new moon is happening. We'll see a shift in what you do. Gillian Anderson is 14 degree Leo. Maybe she'll become the next James Bond, as it's rumored. Or David Duchovny, he's becoming a songwriter from an actor. Changing what we do, going into more innovative ways of doing things, doing something which is different from what we have we have done before. At least the mode of execution is different. This is a degree in Taurus is a fixed sign like yours, but this is a degree of people who want to evolve from what they have done before. They're beautiful, cheerful people, but they like change. It's one degree in Taurus which is not truly fixed. It's about evolving from an old situation and handling this new start, a new way of being an authority, a new way of visibility. We get one new moon in our career house in a year, and this is yours. Set your intentions. What is the life path towards which you want to go? What kind of authority figure you want to be, or how you want to handle the authority figures? And there might be a change in the structure in your workplace. There might be career advancement coming with it. A new way of dealing with work and authority and evolution in career is happening here, and there is a renewal, a reinvigorating energy you feel in your career goal right now. And after the January eclipse, this is the first tidal shift you are experiencing. This is happening at 14 degree of Taurus. So if you have planets around 14 degree of Taurus, 14 degree of Leo, which could be from 10 to 18 degree, you'll feel it very, very strongly. So if you're a Leo sun, you will feel it very strongly, especially if you are born around 6th of August. But what is happening is that Sun is moving ahead very fast and meeting with Saturn and Pluto around 11th to 13th of May. So the people who are born after 6th of August all the way till 14th and 15th of August will feel it very strongly too, because the solidification is happening around 11th to 13th of May. This is just the fresh energy coming, but the communication of that, the formal the setting in stone of these things will happen a few days later. Between that period, from 4th or 5th, you will have a little bit of volatile energy. So 6th to 9th of May is a little bit of volatile energy from a global events perspective as well as our personal life perspective. There is some more information, some surprising information that might come in the open around 8th of May. It could come a day earlier as well. So from 7th to 9th of May, when Mercury is meeting Uranus at 4 degree, especially if you are a July born, there is more information that reveals itself. So be ready for that. But this is to add to the information. This is happening at a degree of mystery, a degree of making sense of things. This is an information that we need to progress further. This is an information that could be very exciting in nature, which could fill the gaps. And that will help you. And that becomes easier around 10th or 11th of the month. 10th or 11th of the month is when we have the grand fire trine. Venus and Jupiter meet together. You feel the lucky karma working in your favor. You feel the positive manifestation of the things that you've been working before. On 11th of May, especially if you have planets around 20 to 23 degree of Leo, if you're born between 10th to 15th of August, you will receive some sort of reward in my view. There's a grounding which happens, a progress happens. This is very, very good to get support from an authority figure at work or some sort of approval, a formal approval coming through. You're very keen in your perception right now. You'll feel very, very powerful. You'll feel very, very energized and powerful right now. There's a pleasure that comes from the success that is coming right now, because it's sort of a reaping the benefit of the work you've been putting in. You see the next mode, how to progress further. And then the best part of this month is before 16th of the month, try to do most of your work. Mars is better done, activities are better done before 16th of the month. Before 16th of the month, especially between 11th to 14th or 15th of the month, you'll find a lot of energy to get things through, get things finalized, get the paperwork done, get the approval from the authority figures. Get the yes. And then the documentation can follow after 14th of May. So get the ambition out between 11th to 14th. And then after 14th of the May, you can work on the documentation. Mercury becomes visible on 14th of May. And then we can get the things down in the paper. 14th to 16th of May, we have Mercury and Saturn together, putting things to paper, business order of things. And it's the time of Libra moon. It agrees with you. It is in positive energy with you. So you get things done. You'll feel very, very inspired, very energized on 16th of May. The creativity is flowing, ideas are flowing, support is coming through. So after 11th of May, you see this positivity coming through. You're just ready for it. The days to be careful are around 6th of May. 6th of May, when Mars and Jupiter are meeting together. 5th of May, a little bit ahead as well, before the new moon. So from 3rd to 7th are the dates to look for, to be a little bit careful. Even 7th to 9th, when you're getting exciting or maybe surprising news, being a little bit careful at the time. From 7th to 9th, also being careful about not blurting things out, because when Mercury and Uranus meet together, we tend to get very blunt with our speech. Especially if you're a July born, please be a little bit careful between 7th to 9th of saying things that you should not have said, or some information getting revealed by accident at the time. We will see a lot of information from the world events come through around 8th of May. This is the degree of Melania Trump's sun, 4th degree of Taurus. So there will be more information that comes through about the political events that are happening right now. Then on 18th of May, we have Mercury and Pluto together. The details can be worked on, research can be done. You can go and convince people about your point of view after the formal approval has come and things, and you can close on the deal. This is an excellent day. 18th of May is an excellent day for any kind of convincing that requires to be done. Both 16th to 18th of May is great for conversations. It's a great time for getting into details of things that now have been approved by authorities between 11th to 14th of May. 18th of May is when Venus and Uranus are meeting together. That is the second surprising day of this month. There is a little bit of emotional impulsiveness that could be rife on 18th of May. That brings me also to the full moon that is happening on 18th of May in your house of home and family. So 17th, 18th of May, Leos, I want you to be a little bit careful emotionally. The full moon that is happening at the end of the month is a little bit more emotional, more deep, a little bit raw. We are getting to the bottom of things. There might be some sort of information that reveals itself in your personal life, something that affects you emotionally. And it can be exciting, it can be positive. This is a wild card even. This is a date with destiny. 18th of May is a date with destiny. Impulsiveness will be high. Need for thrill will be high. Innovation will be high, because Uranus is meeting Venus for the first time. Some unexpected information in a personal situation can come out at that time, which is quite visible in nature. This is especially true if you have planets around 4 degree of Leos. If you're a July born Leo, that is especially true for you. But the 18th of May full moon is like a completion of a phase. There is an old situation coming to a conclusion. An event which is closing the last 6 months. If there was something that you've been working on, you've been struggling emotionally in a sense, or struggling in the personal life in some ways, or sitting on the fence in a personal situation of intimacy related in a personal life, now finally some sort of decision is taken here. At the same time, on a mundane basis, this could be something in your home and family requiring attention, something in the plumbing of the house not working, something requiring a repair in the plumbing of the house, at the bottom of the house, pest control required, security of the home required, something in the home while you're focusing a lot on your career would demand some attention from you at this point in time. And from 16th of May, since Mars has moved into your 12th house, it could be a good time to take a trip with family as well. If you're able to close an old chapter and just take a little bit of time with home and family, that would be very well advised after 17th of May. And moon rules your 12th house as well, so there is a closure, there's an emotional closure to an old phase which is happening. You're moving towards more comfort. This is happening at 27 degree of Scorpio. This in Sambian astrology, it is shown as a king of fairy who bends affectionately over the sleeping figure and sprinkles him with pixie dust. There's magic to it. There's a little bit of dreamy nature to it, an intuition, a depth to it. We recenter ourselves spiritually with this full moon. We recenter ourselves. We are sort of moving away and ending a phase of our life. This is you receiving insight from beyond. This is you receiving some sort of comfort. You giving yourself the time, because things have been busy in the last couple of months. You giving yourself the time to be comfortable, to be a little bit easy here, to be more secure. So your home, family, your comfort would demand attention right now. Your soul will demand attention. You will receive love from beyond here. There is healing from beyond that comes with a full moon in Scorpio. And this is happening at 27 degree. So if you have planets around 27 degree of Leo, or if you're born around 19th of August, this is a big closure in your personal life. There's a big chapter which is coming to a close. And you're releasing it lovingly. You're releasing it for the excitement of a new phase. You're releasing it as you leave from a stagnant situation. And this is magical in nature. This has discovery written all over it. This has ending of a stagnant situation written all over it. And there will be people especially Bill Clinton. This is son of Bill Clinton, Matthew Perry, Kim Cattrall. These are people who have been in news. So there will be some secrets revealed around this full moon. You'll see when there's a full moon at 27 degree of Scorpio, there's some magical information that shows up. There are certain hidden information that gets revealed on a macro level. So we'll see that this is an occult full moon. So things beyond us happen on this full moon. Then on 21st of May, Sun and Mercury move into 11th house. It becomes the time to be social, to travel, to have a little bit of fun, release old things, and now move into your new vision essentially. 19th and 20th, when Sagittarius moon is there, you'll start feeling positive. So just be careful between 16th to 18th of May. You'll feel a little bit high on emotions when the full moon happens, because there's an ending of phase. And even if it's a good ending that is happening, you feel it emotionally in a very deep fashion. For some of you, this is a repeat of November 2014 in a reverse format. So the full moon and the new moon that is happening this month, they happened in November 2014 as well. But they happened, there might be something that was given away. Now we are gaining something in that area. So if something was lost, something was given away at the time, we are receiving that now. And this begins a new healing. On 22nd of May, we have Mars and Uranus together. You're ready to enjoy, you're ready to release the old, you're ready to discover things that you want to do, which are behind the scene. Maybe go for some spiritual retreat, go for a long travel, or just enjoy yourself, sleeping, having fun, relaxing. This is a Cancer Mars. Cancer Mars is all about enjoying ourselves right now, relaxing in our actions a little bit, not being so hung up about getting anywhere, and healing a little bit. On 23rd of May, when Mars and Chiron are meeting, this relaxation, this spiritual trip, this you working towards taking care of yourself, it will help you heal. It will help you close an old chapter and heal. And you'll feel this healing between 23rd of May to 26th of May. You will need some time to recover after this full moon. And take some time off if you can at that time. Take some time to recover from what's ending, what's being released. On 30th of May, and a few days ahead of that, Mercury and Neptune are meeting together. This is a very, very inspirational energy. We get new insights about what we want to do. We get further energy in terms of what we want to do. But this is an energy which can get fantastical to some extent. There is a distorted amount of thinking that can happen, especially if you are focusing on certain material things. So do not take a financial decision between 29 to 31st of May. Try it at the end, especially 30th of May. Do not sign something which has to deal with finances, especially finances with a partner. 28th of May onwards itself, this energy is there. It's excellent for creative ventures, for selling something on an emotional basis, to make a pitch which is emotional in nature. But misrepresentation could happen. You might get misrepresented too. So just be a bit careful at this point in time. And then we have very rife creative energy at the end of the month. Venus and Neptune are meeting together. This is height of romance. This is height of creativity at the end of the month. 29th and 30th, you'll feel good. Aries moon is there. You get activated to start new. We have released what we wanted to release. We're getting ready for the new. And on 31st of May, we have Mercury and Jupiter together. There is over-the-top optimistic energy coming through for the new vision, for what we are moving forward to. We're ready for a new vision. We're ready to take on the world after that. And Venus and Saturn are together. We find good emotional control. We find stability. We find joy on 31st of May. And we are ready for the new. What a beautiful month ahead of yourself. What an exciting journey written ahead for ourselves. So good luck for that, Leo, and I'll see you in June now. Thank you.